2.3 billion devices connect us via the Internet of Things. More devices communicating and transmitting data than there are people on this earth. Now, as technology increases, we cannot forget that so does the risks. And in turn, it creates a need for more ethical companies. Good morning. My name is Taylor. I'm here with my colleagues Jared and Alex. We are UF Consulting. I want to begin today by thanking you, Amazon Board of Directors, for inviting us back here today to talk about the ethical consideration behind your always listening device, Alexa, the personal assistant voice-activated software. Now, today we will begin by going through the basic situation of what Alexa is. Then, Jared will speak on the impact to primary stakeholders that Alexa has. Finally, Alex will show how we can maximize the happiness for these stakeholders, the value for these stakeholders. So, what value does Alexa bring? For consumers, it brings convenience. For Amazon, it brings financial return. But currently, these values are in tension due to privacy concerns and social obligations. Now, we can address these concerns through a stakeholder analysis to truly see how to maximize the value for all stakeholders. But unfortunately, these tensions have arisen even more due to the atmosphere currently surrounding the Internet of Things, which Alexa is a part of, that is currently incredibly mistrustful. So, we need to, as Amazon, increase trust with our stakeholders by forming 3 ethical goals. The first being respect for persons, the second being maximizing happiness while decreasing harm, and the third being ensuring your behavior is in alignment with your core values. So now I'm going to hand over to Jared to speak on the impact of Alexa on your primary stakeholders.
Thank you, Taylor. To begin our stakeholder analysis, we're going to focus on 3 parties. The first party being consumers, then the community, and then finally shareholders. To begin, we will focus on consumers. From the perspective of consumers, the decision to purchase an Alexa device boils down to a single question. How much privacy am I willing to sacrifice in order to gain convenience? Since each consumer weighs privacy and convenience differently, in order to maximize consumer value, you should both be minimizing privacy concerns and maximizing the convenience that the product can offer. Convenience and privacy are both important. Convenience is important because it allows us to live our lives more efficiently and thus improve our quality of life. Furthermore, privacy is important because it allows us to act freely and also allows us to build relationships formed on trust. To better explain why privacy is important, we'll be looking at a hypothetical consumer, Morgan. Morgan is debating whether to purchase an Alexa device. He then finally makes the decision to purchase one after hearing about Amazon's great music streaming capabilities. But Morgan is also a practicing attorney. And after installing his Alexa device, he receives a call from a very important client. And that client wants to discuss confidential information with him. While Morgan would usually be fine with discussing this confidential information within the comfort of his own home, the presence of an Alexa device concerns him. He thinks that the privacy concerns surrounding the Alexa device might make it worth it not to have that conversation at that point in time. So what he decides to do is postpone that conversation until he's at his workplace the next day in a private setting. Seeing how the presence of Alexa definitely impacts his ability to act freely, Morgan makes the decision to then return the Alexa product the next day. We're trying to avoid situations like this from happening in the future. And the main issue as to why consumers are having privacy concerns is that while Amazon is clear in what convenience consumers can obtain through Alexa, whether it be the ability to stream music or to purchase items directly through Amazon.com, users are left in the dark when it comes to how much privacy they must sacrifice in order to obtain this convenience. And this is a problem that we will resolve through our strategy, which Alex will explain later. The next stakeholder that we'd like to examine through our stakeholder analysis is the community at large. As a society, we need to balance our need for personal freedom as well as our need for privacy. The debate between privacy and security is a classic ethical dilemma. And the American legal system attempts to balance the two in order to benefit society as a whole. Unfortunately, in an attempt to balance these two items, the government has faced difficulty when it comes to Alexa because Amazon does not release the method in which Alexa records and stores information. Take the example of search warrants. When you were served 2 search warrants in November of 2015 in relation to a murder investigation, you chose not to comply with those warrants. The reason being that you felt that the way in which Alexa records information makes it highly unlikely that evidence related to the crime would be uncovered through these search warrants. Unfortunately, the government had no way of verifying that the method in which Alexa records and stores data would not be likely to be fruitful in this investigation. So this lack of understanding makes it difficult for the government to adequately weigh privacy concerns with security. And because of this difficulty, the government could see difficulty in promoting social interests moving forward. And the third and final stakeholder we'd like to look at are shareholders. We have consumers like Morgan, who decide not to buy Alexa devices because of privacy concerns. By alleviating these privacy concerns, by being more transparent, we can tap into that consumer base and thus improve profits. And by improving Amazon's profits, consumers can obtain value. So seeing as how increasing transparency can create value for each of these key stakeholders, we will now see how our stakeholder analysis fits into our ethical framework of 1, respecting persons, 2, maximizing happiness, and 3, acting in accordance to Amazon's values. First, we are respecting persons by allowing consumers to have greater capability of making rational decisions. We are giving them more information regarding transparency of Alexa's privacy concerns, and thus we are respecting them as rational decision-making individuals. Secondly, we are maximizing happiness by promoting privacy, security, and profits, satisfying each of our stakeholders' interests. And thirdly, we are acting in accordance with Amazon's values, specifically the first value, which is customer obsession. According to your own website, leaders must value customer obsession by placing customers first and then working from there. In addition, consumer trust is at the heart of this customer obsession. And in order to obtain consumer trust, we've developed a strategy that helps achieve this, which Alex will now elaborate on.
Thank you. So our strategy is the creation of a privacy audit. Now, why are we doing this? We are going to, I'll explain why there's a strategic move to be doing this and how it will fix our ethical concerns while maximizing our financial returns by being the first adopter of a privacy audit within the Internet of Things. So audits in general are ethical in that they respect persons, right? The audits, they increase your stakeholders' autonomy and trust. Now, autonomy and trust. We'll just put that in our back pocket. I'll come back to that in a quick second. First, I want to go a little bit more detail with the privacy audit. So the privacy audit will verify Alexa's their privacy protection measures by hiring an independent third party to assess this and then compile a report which will be sent out to the public. And again, the whole point of this is to increase trust from our stakeholders. Now, our stakeholders, our primary stakeholders here, we have our customers and the community and the government. So for our customers, we have our current ones and our potential ones, like Morgan, like the hypothetical customer that was unsure if purchasing an Alexa device was the best move. But with the creation of this audit that verifies that the privacy concerns are being met, they're more apt to purchase this product, thus increasing our customer base and increasing our profits, which adds more value to Amazon. Now, the other end of this coin here is the community and the government, which we satisfy through the audit by verifying the compliance with relevant privacy and security laws. All right. So now we just talked a lot about what the strategy was. We're going to bring it back again and go more in depth with the ethics behind this. So Jared mentioned how we're trying to increase our the convenience of our product while minimizing the privacy concerns. And so our customers experience a trade-off. When so the value that our customers get is determined from this trade-off between convenience and privacy. And privacy is split up into 2 parts here. Reach back into our pocket, grab those 2 things: autonomy, trust. All right. So when we provide this audit report, we are increasing the understandability of Alexa, which then increases our customers' ability to make rational decisions, which thus increases their autonomy. Now, trust is the same thing. This audit is verifying compliance, and it's verifying that these privacy measures are met, which increases trust from our customers. So if we look at it where our privacy concerns are now shrinking, now we're getting more value from our product. So to wrap things up, we have the Internet of Things that Alexa is a part of. We had 3 main components here where we're trying to respect our persons, respect our customers, maximize the value, and stay true to the values of our company. And with this audit strategy, that is the best way to maximize benefits to all those involved. Thank you. Thank you, sir.